Next, we also have with us Mrs. Sujata Mohan, Senior Director FIS, Asia Pacific, Middle East and Africa. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
The next question is to Sujata Mohan from FIS. In the bank and technology collaboration, there is a thought about a multi-vendor strategy and a single vendor strategy. Today, banks are running behind L1 kind of vendors, and they're getting a cheaper solutions and going ahead and launching the services. And sometimes, basis whatever we hear in the community, this could be one of the reasons for the outages in the bank. Because when they ask, there is a problem, they say, from our side, the system is working, but the other vendor has not, the systems are not able to accept our request, or the core banking system is not accepting the request. So what is your recommendation? Because you have worked with the technology companies, you have worked with the banks also, so you have seen both the sides of the stories. So what is your recommendation, and your experience on single partner versus multi-vendor strategy, and how can what is your guidance on that?
Good evening, everybody, and it's been a pleasure being on this panel and very, very interesting insights that I have heard. As you said, because just to start from that point where you started on fintechs, right? I just want to make a slight change to the statement. I believe that fintechs, banks, and large technology companies actually could have a very symbiotic relationship, and I'll take you through as to why I think it's very, very relevant, right? So now if you really step back and see what fintechs have really done, and why is it that, as Mr. Vasudevan said, they've taken away the payments industry and so on. What they have done is they have used the same rails that a bank had and changed the way in which it was being consumed, right? They have reimagined the proposition, they have reimagined the process flows, they have reimagined the customer experience and so on. And in the process, they have kind of back-ended the bank to a point where today we actually discuss who owns the customer. In reality, I don't think there is a question like that, because when you sit down and think back, regulatory, the banks own the customer. So shouldn't be a question like that. But the way in which it has got structured, it has, banks have gone to the back end. Now, in real fact, when you look at these partnerships, this whole structure in which these relationships have evolved, I find that fintechs have slowly started becoming vertically stronger and stronger, and have started using banks as merely a ledger rail, right? An accounting rail, and making it more and more impossible for and sometimes banks have possibly willingly given up this without realizing where it could head, in a way, and sometimes consciously so. But at the end of it, I think the fundamental thing about and why a multi-vendor versus a single vendor in the context of fintechs is important is when you allow fintechs to build the entire vertical stack, whereby your own technology space starts getting, absolutely broken up or spread out too thin or, siloed, because you have, just for a moment, if you take a lot of UPI PSP players have started, holding the entire stack with them. And what really happens is that the bank's UPI transactions and their UPI transactions don't even flow through the same risk management system. And fundamentally, I believe that the one thing that everybody has to be conscious of is these startups and fintechs bring a lot of value, and there is no option but to do collaboration. But I think the fundamental core should not be given up by banks, because finally, regulatorily, compliance, and to the larger, even from a customer perspective, finally banks are held accountable. So my sense has been, and this is a conversation I have in multiple places, is that banks should possibly tie up with for the core platforms, right, where most of their transaction flows happen, where the voluminous transactions are hitting. While there is a general belief that possibly fintechs do better tech, it is still important that banks, put their own strong basis and expose things like, innovation on the top, which helps access more customer base or use the existing customer base much better, but not give up the control on that. Just to give you a simple example, right? Today, if you take a UPI transaction or a card transaction and allow for them to hold the switch, the core processing, then where will you do the governance if you're sitting as a bank? And that's, I think, where the shake happens. The second part of the issue is, should banks be having multiple vendors? How do you then take a strong partner, and then after having exposed your systems to fintech partners, how should banks then become comfortable in this environment? I believe banks don't have much of a choice but to operate in a best of breed world, right? Because I think it's all about experience. Why are people walking away with our customers, bank customers, right? Because the experience at the front has been so good that the customer is willingly gone and used another platform where at the end of it he trusts his money with the bank, right? So I think banks will have no choice but to possibly find ways to deal with this. And so some of the critical platforms have to be owned by the banks, and they have to expose the other stuff. The other aspect I also believe is that as we are growing into a microservices oriented, platform oriented strategy and so on in the tech world, banks have to become more comfortable with not necessarily vendors, but controlling the solution by taking services from everybody. So take a service like onboarding service from a SignZ, take a credit Vidya service, but control the credit side on your side, right? I mean, if you were to operate like that, then you are still comfortable with multiple vendors, but you're controlling your own ecosystem, you're controlling your own.
I'm sure the entire community would be very, very happy to hear your responses to some.